Let me get my stuff up here. I was just over on Instagram and I'm still so out of it from being on vacation a week. I almost said happy Monday. Cuz technically today is my Monday. I promise I'll pull it together. I promise I'll pull it together. Well, actually, I don't promise I'll pull it together. I'm still a little camping hungover. I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody had a great long weekend. We were on vacation in northern Idaho for a week, and I had so much fun pretty much doing nothing. I pretty much did nothing. I did work on my some quilts actually. I've made some significant progress on my Tula Pink. Let's see here. I don't know why this is not behaving itself. Oh, maybe it is. Come on. Open up. All right, let me try, since Facebook is taking a second, let me try this here. Refresh. Okay, there I am. This, coming for you, YouTube. Hold on. Ray's out today, so no Ray. It's a kind of a scorcher here in the beautiful Redmond, Washington area. All right, I can see Facebook, or I mean Instagram, sorry. Wow. See? Why did I promise I was going to pull it together? I can see you if you're on YouTube. I'd love for you to say hi, and I'm still trying to get up on my feed up on Facebook. So let me just try this again. Let's see here. I just passed my, that's funny. I just passed the video from Friday night where I was out in the trailer and that storm came through and I have like my winter coat all the way up to my neck. I look cold. Now I'm warm and Friday night I look cold. All right, let's see here. Oops, hold on. If I can see everybody. Why is this doing this like this? I want this to go away. Thank you. Sorry guys. Go away. Go away. Thank you. You guys don't go away. This little weird thing on my thing. Okay. Hello, Pauline on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Let me say hi to some friends and we'll get going with the show. Thank you for everybody's patience while I had my technology up. Hi, Polly over on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's see here. We have Jennifer. Hello, hello. Tonight's live, it was inspired by you, Jennifer, just so you know. Joanne is on from Mississippi. Odie's on from Oregon. Hello, Odie. Linda Wood. Debbie is on from Soggy, Kentucky. I got the keyword there, soggy. Hi, Bonnie from Illinois. Anna Joyner's on from Tennessee. Hi. Therese is on. Hello. Kathy Klein from, Kathy Klein's on vacation in Maine. She's normally in Illinois. Hi, hi. Lori Miller's on from Texas. Hi, thanks for joining us. Nancy's on from Lake Stevens. Franny's on. And Mel and Joe from Mississippi. Okay. Hi, Sasha over on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and Denise is on YouTube too. Hi, Denise. Oh, Becky's on from Kennydale. Nice, nice. All right. Well, I want to welcome everybody. I am a little out of sorts. It's day one, day one back from vacation. Hi, Angela. Is it Angela? Yes, from San Marino, California. Thanks for joining us. You come back from vacation and you like start to appreciate things about your home, and then you're just immediately like, oh my goodness, I have so much going on. And then you get overwhelmed. I'm in the overwhelmed phase. That's exactly where I'm at. Hi, Debbie Woodward and Karen Middleton from Mesa, Arizona. Thanks for joining us. All right. So, oh, hi, Sandy and local Woodinville friend. Hello, hello. All right, friends. Well, tonight, honestly, I didn't get too much information gathered for the show tonight. I really just wanted to catch up with you guys a little bit because I kind of missed you all. I don't like missing a night. I don't like missing a night. with you. Monday night we were off, which is why we're doing an Ask the Doctor tonight. We are still traveling back from, or we're still technically in Idaho, and came back technically a day earlier than we were supposed to. I wasn't supposed to be back until tonight. Oh, Peggy on Facebook just got back from vacation also. She was in the Gulf Shores in Alabama. That sounds pretty awesome. And Lori from Enumclaw. I know Enumclaw. We used to live in Maple Valley for like 17 years. So Enumclaw was the big town by Maple Valley. Mm-hmm. Polly hit the nail on the head. She said, nothing beats coming home to your own bed. It's always the best night's sleep. So true. Except it was sweltering when we got home last night, and the house was closed up, obviously for safety reasons. The house sitter had left early and didn't leave windows open, and apparently I forgot to take the garbage out before we left, so that was kind of disgusting. So it was kind of a to-do last night before we could go to bed. Oh, Jen John. Hi, Jen and Fran. Okay, I need to get some actual information out here, because I talk about how this is more of a content-rich show, unlike Friday night where we're just sipping and sewing. So tonight was inspired by a video conversation I had with good friend Jennifer. She's on the show tonight watching. She is, her and I became fast friends, was it a month ago? Maybe 2 months ago. She had picked up a machine, a school bell Featherweight in Idaho, southern Idaho. I believe it was southern Idaho. And she was having some problems with it. She bought it, and this is, by the way, a fabulous use of a featherweight to be on her RV. You know, when she's away from her home studio, she has a big fat fancy modern machine like mine, but when she gets on her RV, she just wanted something lightweight that she could just put up in a cupboard and whatever. And so she's works at a quilt store. I did get a little sun, Kathy. This is with sunscreen. This is sunscreen. Look at my tan line. That's with 50 SPF. Hi, Kathy Soka. Anyway, so she picked up this machine and it was malfunctioning. Turned out to have some significant motor problems, and she was headed up here to the beautiful Pacific Northwest to visit her son, who serves in the, is it the Army? I think it's the Army. I think he's in the Army. Anyway, so by the way, thank you for your sacrifice. I thought about all of the sacrifices on Monday of our service people. Being an Army brat myself, my dad is still alive, and we're thankful for that. But I know that there's a lot of people who have traded their lives for our freedom, and know that this family appreciates everything that our service people sacrifice, including their moms who send their sons to the Army and Navy and Air Force and Coast Guard and all that fun stuff. So Army, it is Army. Okay. So anyway, on our way up here to visit her son at Joint Base Lewis McChord, she brought it by, and I thought it was going to be a quick fix. Not a quick fix. And so we got her going, and we got the machine, she called it Ruth, back on the RV, and they headed back out. This was over Mother's Day weekend. And anyway, Ruth has an attitude problem. Some of these featherweights have personalities all of their own. And I know if you are watching and you have several featherweights, you know exactly what I am talking about. Ruth just is a little cantankerous. And so she was, I don't think she was shopping online and found another school bell, two school bells in a month. Who does that? She's lucky or magical, one or the other, and went and picked it up. This one she named Darlene. Makes me so happy. Anyway, so she called me to let me listen to it over the video chat, which, by the way, I'm very happy to do for anybody, because a lot of times I can tell the sound and what might be the problem just from the sound through the camera. So that's what we did, and then we made a list of some very common parts. So I thought everybody would find this interesting and good information, that if you come across a featherweight at a garage sale or a thrift shop, and you pick it up, what you might expect to have to purchase if there's nothing wrong with it, and what that costs. So I thought that would be a good conversation to have. So common replacement parts for all featherweights, and these are the parts that get replaced on every featherweight that comes through our service department, there's 6 items to be exact. So the 6 items are the oil drip pan liner, the LED light bulb, because that actually helps with the longevity of your machine, not just having a brighter, clearer workspace. I mean, that's the perk. But the real benefit of it is that the light bulb doesn't get hot and it doesn't swell the gears and slow the machine down. So LED light bulb, belt, new belt, always a new belt. There has been a rare occasion that I have not seen a machine that has needed a new belt. The bed cushions, which just so everybody knows what the bed cushions are these bottom feet. We call them bed cushions. Most of the time they don't look like they're need to be replaced, but they're really slick and hard, which means they kind of slide across the table. The ones that you get from me are soft and squishy, and they kind of stick to the tabletop. Versus if you've ever had to chase a machine across the table, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on one sec here, turn that off. Okay. So bed cushions, and then the spool spring, which is the item that goes right here, and the red disc. So those are the 6 items that generally, if you get a brand new featherweight to you, obviously you're not going to get a brand new featherweight because these were stopped being made in 1969. But all of those parts will run you about $48 together. Now, that being said, Angel, hi Angel. Oh, sorry, Bernadette's on. Hi Bernadette from Canada. All right. So all of that being said, if you haven't purchased a complete maintenance kit from me, which all of those items come included, it comes with other parts also. So would encourage you to look at that, because for $65, it includes a bunch more items, and all of those items retail for about $87. So the $65 for the maintenance kit is a super good price. But if you already have the maintenance kit, there's no point in buying another maintenance kit and getting 2 service manuals and 2 bobbin tension testers, which are other parts that come with the kit. You would just need these items. So those 6 items are very common. Those 6 items are very common to replace on the featherweight and retail for about $48. Sasha over on YouTube says, I've been looking at purchasing a white featherweight. I noticed they had a white belt. Do you have a replacement white or just black? So Sasha, the belts, how do I say this? So we do not carry the white belts. We carry the black V belts, which are the appropriate one for the machines. They are made to go on the pulleys, and they are traditional belts in that they have threading in them, and then the radial rubber, think like a tire. The ones that you can buy that come in different colors are not the same material, and in fact, they're really stretchy, almost like an oversized rubber band, and I don't know how that will affect the long-term longevity use of your motor. I was really surprised. I had come across one of the new white belts, the super belts, and I was really surprised of the material and the stretchiness of it. Makes me a little nervous, if I'm being totally honest. So, hi Elizabeth in Indiana. So we carry the belts. I would put a black belt on the white featherweight, just because I know that's the right belt, and I know that belt will not do anything to your motor. I have white machines in the shop and for sale, and we sell them with the black V belts, which are the traditional style, the style that were intended to use with the machines when Singer put them out. If you have a white machine and it has that pink lugged belt on it, that's the wrong belt altogether, because a lugged belt should work with a lugged pulley, and the pulley on the white featherweight is not lugged. So it actually just makes a loud vibrating noise when you use that pink lugged belt, and it is not good on the motor at all. So buyer beware on the pink lugged belt and the white oversized elastic belt. That's what it feels like. It feels like an oversized rubber band. Hi, Cindy Matthews. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so that, thank you for that question, by the way, Sasha. I appreciate it. The next thing, I got a call today about a bobbin casing. We've talked about the stigma of the bobbin casing with the featherweights. They are the vintage original bobbin casing is always going to be the best. Always going to be the best for your machine. But in the case like this poor gal I talked to today in Florida, she does not have the bobbin casing with the machine. She bought it knowing it didn't have it and was told it was going to be one price and was a little shocked at the sticker price, because a vintage original bobbin, if you can even find one on eBay, which I looked today, there are none available, will run you about $100. We carry the aftermarket ones, which work, I would say 85% of the time. Hi, Lisa Meadows. And so if the one that you purchased from me doesn't work, we'll take it back and refund your money. So even it's worth giving a shot, especially because mine are only $55, and to buy them on eBay, if you can even find one, is $100. All right, we have had some more questions. Polly says, I've always wondered what's the main purpose of the spool spring. Is it obvious of slowing the spool spinning? Mine has always had one, so I've kept it in place. Actually, so the spool spring does have a very useful quality to it. It helps fill up the gap in the middle of, like, especially the Aurifil threads, Polly, because they have a larger diameter in the middle of the spool, and the spool spring fills up that gap, so it's quieter and it rattles around less when you unspool it. So technically, it not necessarily to slow it, but to smoothen out the unwinding process and not make that rattly noise on top. And then the red disc that is on the top of the spool or beneath the spool's spring is an insulator to protect your paint and also be a sound deafening, quieting down of the spool spinning around on top. Also protects your paint. All right, Cindy and Jen are on. Hi, Jen. Hi, Cindy. Cindy said mine sat for a bit. Now I can tell by the sound of the machine that the belt has adapted. Yes. That will happen. That's why so what Cindy's saying is she had a new belt on her machine and then her machine sat because she was traveling for a little bit. And when she went to pull it out, there was a little bit of a bend in the belt. It will eventually go away. But that's why I have you guys pull out your machines once a month and roll around the this right here, which is the bobbin or the shaft, the pulley that goes through the motor, and that way you don't get that flat part on the belt. Yes, yes. All right, Mel says, I noticed the bobbin casing on the white featherweight is slightly different than the ones on the black machine. Is that right? No, they should both be the same. The bobbin casings from white machine to black machine should be the same. Yes, yes. These are really good questions. All right, I have to brag on one of our very, very popular viewers. Mel and Joe live on the Gulf Coast. They are a funny couple. We enjoy having them as viewers on the show. They always have a lot to contribute, and usually it's hilarious. But Joe has started sewing along with Mel since she's started collecting featherweights here and there. By the way, I feel, because Jennifer picked up that other school belt, I feel like I'm either your best friend or your worst enemy. Because I've created this little army of people, these educated people who know what they're looking for in the featherweight world. And it makes me kind of happy and concerned that all of the husbands are going to like forbid the wives and I from being friends and talking, because you guys are now educated featherweight buyers and you're buying up cool pieces of history. So, so anyway, I wanted to brag on Joe for a second because he finished the coolest. Here we go with being being a pusher again. Hold on, I just lost my comment string. What's going on there? Okay. How do I do this? Oh, this right here is how I do this. So everybody check out Joe's placemats that he made. Oh, nope, there it is. Look at how pretty those are. I am so proud of you, Joe. That, folks, is the new Curiouser and Curiouser line from Tula Pink, which I introduced everybody to a couple of Mondays ago. Yes, I just noticed that the picture is, or the, if I freeze up on Facebook, just refresh. I'm still here. Um, but anyway, did you guys see how pretty that was? Husband's worst enemy. Yeah. Elizabeth, I know, because you've had your shopping cart revoked. Did you see how he made matching napkins? Way to go, Joe. um, yeah, especially with the Tula Pink stuff. Can I tell you how many of you all I have heard from that did not have any knowledge of Tula Pink before you started joining me? And now people are buying fabric left and right. Sandra Garcia says, why is a school bell so different from the other featherweights? Actually, Sandra, it's not different. It's just one of the oldest featherweights. So not different at all. In fact, aesthetically, there's only a couple of differences. I have my school bell in front of me, so I'll show you what it is. But mostly, they're just really old. Like, school bells were made in 33, 34, and 35, and some 36s before they changed over. And when I say school bell, Sandra, I'm specifically referring to the Bobbin Winder. So this is called the school bell Bobbin Winder. This is my 1934 school bell named Mary. In 36 they moved the Bobbin Winder and changed the style. They called it the button Bobbin Winder. Say that 3 times fast. They moved it to the top deck. So school bells aren't necessarily different. They're just older. And I think personally, like, this is one of my fastest machines. Although when she was cold over the vacation, she was not very fast. Let's see here. I know Franny says I need to talk to Tula and get stock. Totally. Jocelyn, that's a great question. So many good questions from YouTube tonight. So Jocelyn Maurice wants to know what the red S means. So the red letter S, I believe you're talking about the decal, the badge, I'm sorry. This badge right here isn't a red letter S. Red letter S's were their version of a semi-special badge. I noticed that it was mostly out of the Canadian and the Great Britain plants. It looks like this. There's a red letter S. Badge, it just means that it left the factory with that particular badge, mostly Canada and Great Britain, not so much in the US. You guys are so cute. Okay. Jennifer says that her husband Mark is totally okay with looking for school bells because of what you taught us to look for. You guys are awesome. All right, Cindy Matthews says the felt circle for the thumb screw on the bottom. Oh, that's a great question. You guys are full of good questions tonight. Mine is on the outside when I got it. Should it be on the inside? Also, the felt drip pan guard was not in the bottom pan. It was all, oh no. There was a bunch of pins in there. So so that felt washer, let me see if I can show you what she's talking about. So this one is not there, of course. Let me see if I have one on my school belt. Yeah, so the washer she's talking about is the one here, this felt disc. It's under the nut that holds the cover on. What that's for, that has a very utilitarian purpose also. And it doesn't really matter whether it's on the inside or the outside, because as soon as I tell you what the purpose is, you'll get it why. It is meant as a barrier so you don't over tighten that thumb screw and then have trouble getting your bottom cover off. So most of the time I see the washers on the outside directly underneath the thumb screw. It's actually called a knurl nut, just so that everybody knows. I know the technical names for these things, but I tend to give them my own. Oh, thanks, Bernadette. She said pretty tan machine. That's Charlotte. Anyway, so that washer is just so you don't over tighten that knurl nut. So it can be on the inside or the outside, but traditionally I find them on the outside, right underneath the nut. So great questions. Good job, you guys. All right. Well, that was all I had for you tonight. I needed to brag on Joe Mitchell a little bit, and I wanted to give you guys some helpful information. I hope everybody had a fabulous long weekend, and I will be joining you again on Friday at 4 o'clock Pacific for the Sip and Sew. I made some significant progress in my Tula Pink Fractured Squares quilts while I was away. In fact, all but 3 of the blocks are done. I'm still pressing and cutting, but they're all sewn together. Jennifer wants to know, could you paint a machine to look like a fire engine? You could paint it red. I don't know if how it could look more like a fire truck. Is that your rock? Oh, can you guys see that? Oh my gosh, that's my husband's. I don't have little children, but that's his Lego. So he is a Lego nut, and that is the Apollo or the Saturn. Oh, I should probably know this. One of the Legos that they discontinued, and then they put on another limited release. And we were having some small children to our house, and my husband was worried that the children might play with the Legos, and so he moved my Featherweights to put that up out of the children's reach. Fran, Lordy, we do not have more attachments. In fact, Alicia and I are working on our next plan for her and I to hang out together. I just love her. I talked to her today. She's doing really well. I was kind of bummed she wasn't joining us tonight. I do want to do... Oh, thank you, Mel. Couldn't remember if it was the Apollo or it's the Saturn V rocket. Thank you. His rocket is... It's one shelf. It's one shelf. I can share one shelf. How often should you oil your machine? Sandra, that is an excellent question. There are some oil points that are every 8 hours of sewing. I would encourage you to look at my YouTube channel. And back in January, I did a 4-part series called Featherweight University. 101, 102, 103, and 104. And I believe it was 103 was the oiling and lubrication video. And I showed all of the oil points and the every 8-hour oil points. So I would encourage you to check out that video for a really good picture and description. So, all right, friends. Well, I'm going to jump off. Thanks for joining me. I've missed you all. I've missed our time together. So it feels good to be home. I'll be home for a little bit. We have another little thing coming up in a few weeks, but that's a ways away. So I will let everybody go. I hope everybody has a great night. I'll see you on Friday at the Sip and Sew at 4 o'clock Pacific. We'll talk to you then. Bye, guys.